TMan 978 Chill Review.
Before I fully get into things, I was kind of harsh sounding during this review. After the review, I started posing her around and started liking her a little bit more. So, I am more happier with my purchase now after this review. Hello everyone, TMan 978. Right now I am reviewing Fans Toys ROUGE. She's number 24 in their line. Here is the packaging. Here's the bio. Here's the side of the packaging I didn't show you. And let's open her up. Inside the packaging, you get this instruction booklet, this credit card quality bio card right here that just says the same thing that's on the package. And you get the styrofoam casket. Inside the styrofoam casket, you get Miss ROUGE herself. You also get a plethora of other accessories of great usefulness and some not so useful. Like for starters, she comes packaged with this more humanly shaped chest plate right here that I don't really like. Maybe she did look like this in certain episodes, I don't know, but this is an overseas made toy, and you know, you've seen Japanese stuff that is less than savory out there. I like this chest plate better. It's made out of die cast mostly. You have to unscrew these screws right here so you can take this little faux front of the car bit off, and you need to unscrew that in order to screw the new chest plate on. So that's what I had to do. She comes with two gun options. I like this. It's painted up to look nice and not just plain right there. There's a hole in the barrel and everything, that little yellow accent. She also comes with this rifle that is vaguely reminiscent of this rifle right here that came with Arcee, which is basically an oversized pink version of her Generations gun. What's special about this gun is it doesn't have to look like this. You could take this off and make it just look like that, or you could take this off and just make it look like that, or you can put this back on and not have that pointy thing. The choice is yours. As far as these guns are concerned, she can hold them, but very freaking loosely. But luckily, she was packaged with a second set of forearms that have this little peg attached to the hand. And what you're supposed to do with that is put this in the hand and tab this tab into the little hole. And now she holds the gun securely. To get this off, get as close to the mushroom peg as possible and force right here and slide that out. Be careful, yes, it is scary. Naturally, you just slide the new hand in there and it just goes right in. So that gives her extra articulation right there in the forearms, and she can hold the gun friggin' nicely. Here she is wielding both guns. I don't know if she has any weapon storage. It doesn't mention it in the instructions, and I don't see any weapon storage anywhere. Her last accessories involves her face right here. The best way to get the face off is to open the head up and just pull at the top and the bottom right there, or just at the top. Pop it off. They look like this. They have, the eyes are separate right there. She comes with a second face right here. Where is it? This one. They look completely freaking identical. I can't, no, I see it. This one is slightly, ever so slightly, unless it's just my imagination, ever so slightly smiling more. Maybe it's a little smirk on the side. That could be my imagination, but let's run down the other faces. Of course, you just slide this on. After sliding the face back on, shut the top of her head, and here is her more anime big-eyed face right there. And that looks weird because I detached this and didn't realize it. Here's her visor for when she was trying to see where Hot Rod and Cup were. Here's her "who do you think you are" type face, or maybe she's shooting and she's like, "Die, Decepticon scum!" And here's her "I just got shot" face, or something more naughty, if you've seen the promo pictures online. With all that out of the way, let me just say, as far as her, she looks nice. She definitely looks pretty much like she jumped out the cartoon. I was talking to True Star Screamer. He said he would like panel line her up. But looking at her right now on camera, she has a lot of lines. I don't know if he has to see her probably in person, but you can see a lot of these lines. It looks nice. I like that definition right there. The backpack, as we've come to know with Transformers of the Masterpiece type, it's kind of messy, but they found a way to give her whole transformation and without being a parts former, which is freaking awesome. That means like damn near the whole car just folds up onto her back, and that is amazing. But it means that all of this is thin panels, and that wouldn't be too much of a problem if one of my gripes is, let's start getting into the gripes. I wish they would have found a way to make this tab together on our back. I figure maybe they didn't bother with that because with our articulation, they would be getting in the way. So maybe this bar method is good. One thing that scares me is she's covered in paint. This is die cast, so this is paint. So I worry about that. These rods right here, the whole rod, and you'll see that during the transformation, is painted pink. So now this part is the part you mainly have to worry about, but the stuff inside of there, you don't necessarily have to worry about so much. This isn't painted, but these are painted. Some of the leg bits are die cast. I can't necessarily tell which ones. I don't know how I feel so much about the screws and whatnot, but these are die cast parts, so what are you gonna do? And the wheel kind of looks weird, but that doesn't bother me so much. I like the head sculpt. I like all the faces. All the faces look good. I go between this one and the more anime looking face, which is nice. Oh, more gripes. This right here. They use mushroom pegs. Like, and this is on a ball joint. That just feels cheap when it comes to fans toys. Then that looks, all this whole arm just seems like something that would be on an actual Hasbro Generations figure. But I don't know. It still looks nice. It's a nice weight for her slender frame. And she just has minor issues. And let's start getting into the articulation so I can talk about my next issue. Of course, you see these. These bend and go all out of the way like you want them to. The neck can bend back that much so she can look up a lot. She can look down, but this will come off that hinge. But if you wanted to look down further, she can do that, but it just looks weird. The arm is on a ball joint, so anything a ball joint can do, she can do. Now, I wouldn't lift it further than that because it might break something because it's not allowing me. She has a bicep swivel right there, double jointed bend right here in the elbow. She has the forearm rotation, and the hands can go out like that and like this, and the fingers move all together. It's no thumb articulation, but I like that because she can do poses like this since that hand can go out, and she can do extra girly looking poses with the hand out to that, or press up against things. Like, remember she was pressing that catapult device in the movie? She has no ab crunch, no swivel right here, but she has this sassy tilting motion right there. I do not know why, and this stretches up. I do not know why they didn't put a rotating joint up in the center of there. There's no excuse for it. They could have did that. They could blame it on a transformation all they want, but I think they could have put some type of rotating disc in there. That is aggravating, trying to get her into a good pose that she doesn't have ab crunch and she doesn't have a waist swivel. The legs are really tight out of package. It was scary trying to do this, but she can do a full split. Her leg can go all the way back and she can kick all the way out like that. This rotates right here. Plus she has this thigh rotation. The knee isn't on the double joint, but it can rotate all the way back. The foot can rotate back all the way. It can come forward only a little bit, and that's scuffing. Or is it dirty? Let me see. No, this white paint is scuffing. Ugh. The toe can go up that much right there. Ankle pivot is weak. Really, really weak. And she does have this ankle swivel right there. But I don't like the weak ankle pivot. That upsets me. I wish they would have given her ratchets in this joint right here, because her feet are kind of small. And with all her weight, it is kind of difficult to just get her standing there, because she likes to rock unless you get it into the sweet spot. Get her in the sweet spot, she's gonna stand up. So it's not as tough to get her to stand as some Marvel Legends that have heels and whatnot. And here's the bottom of her feet. I really like that sculpting right there. I think that's actually accurate to the cartoons. Here's a close-up look on her back. This back panel doesn't stay shut, but I've noticed that if you lift this wheel over top of it, that helps that problem. But now you just have a random steering wheel over her back. She's pretty decent, and I really like her, besides the fact that this abdominal articulation. I would have loved an ab crunch. And definitely a waist rotation. I can't believe they didn't give her a waist rotation. That drives me up the wall right there. And as far as articulation, I've been playing with Make toys recently, and they are on Takara Tomi's level right now. Fans Toys just is not. They do good sculpt. The transformations are hit or miss as far as difficulty and smoothness, and you will see that when I get to the transformation. Here's this comparison. Here's this comparison right here. I got off the internet because I don't feel like grabbing all my toys. You could have did this yourself. If you couldn't tell, here she is next to Hot Rod. They're about face level. Her head is definitely bigger, and it's actually taller than his head. Here they both are next to Arcee, and she is far superior to Arcee as far as posability and just overall looks to me. Like, here's this right here. Here's this. And she's a parts former. You have to break off part of the car to see this. Vehicle mode. It looks like Arcee. For the most part. It looks like Arcee, which is kind of like a vague, almost blur looking vehicle. I don't like that that's not clean right there. I do need to put an Autobot logo right here to finish off her look. I do like this console. I like the seats, but I don't like that you can see through her down here. That's unfortunate. I transformed her differently than the instructions said, so now you can see that hand right there. You don't normally see the hand. The hands are supposed to be out to the side. I didn't like that. They say to do this. But I don't like to have the more of a chance for things to be hanging out underneath of the car, which is a wreck underneath. She rolls, but she has a Fans Toy squeak when you roll her. The weapons do not attach to her, and yeah, it is what it is. Here she is next to Arcee, who becomes slightly wider in the front vehicle. And it's definitely more clean looking up there. But of course this is heavier because there's die cast in it. So this feels way better quality. This is the back, which looks nicer here. And like I said, this is a parts former. So yeah, the color scheme might not be as G1 accurate either. So there you go with that. Final thoughts. I don't think this is Fans Toy's best work. I'm gonna be honest with you. The transformation it's like a genius put it together, because you fold up all of this into her backpack. So you have to be a genius to figure out something like that. And in this, all of this becomes the backpack on both sides. But the way it works, the way it transforms is just so frustrating. It's not that difficult once you know where things go and know what to do, but it is definitely frustrating. So The robot mode not having that waist joint, I already stated that frustrates the heck out of me. I can't believe they went that route. So, man, I hope somebody does an upgrade kit to give you the waist swivel, and then this thing would be fully a masterpiece. It can go in definitely with your masterpiece, and it looks good, it feels good. Be careful with it. I've seen people breaking it. I don't feel like I'm gonna break anything, but I still try to be as careful as possible, of course. Anyway, stay tuned for the transformations. Transformation. It's not as hard once you figure out what to friggin' do, but you need to detach that right there. And all this stuff, let me tell you, gets loose and kind of aggravating. Lift that up. You might as well go ahead right now and pull this part out right here, just so it can be out and you don't forget at the last minute. Now we need to detach these panels that are pegged in right here. They scared the poop out of me, so I don't even grab at that ball joint. I wedge my finger up under there to get that out. Now that's detached. Do the same thing over here. Maybe you don't have to be that careful, but I'm gonna be that careful. Now we can unpeg this, which is pegged to our back, and all of that's loose now. Now here's one thing that was difficult to understand in its instructions. You need to detach this, keep this out to the side, lean this way. That can come out that way. Now we need to rotate this down like that, and then we can go ahead and swing this down. Come on, you. Down and out of the way. Now all that's out of the way, all this stuff is loose. Now we need to have this rocks up and down right there. This needs to come up and give clearance to this bar right here, so that you can get this hood piece right here through. Now that that's through, we're good to go. Now we can rotate it around this way, because this little car part that I pulled up earlier, this bar needs to go into there, and this little pink part needs to peg into there. Okay. Later on we may have to push this. Yeah, let's just push that down now so that the head can have space, because that needs to transform too. We can go ahead and lift this up and it fits into here. Lift this up and it fits into there. Spinning things back around this way, we can move the arms up here, have the inner part of the elbow right there, bring that down. The instructions say to have the hands like that. Don't do that. I have the hands grabbing the back of her little shoulders right there, the shoulder ball. Spin that around. At least that works better for me, or looks better. I realized what I was talking about earlier with the head needing to be down. See that opening in the neck? You need to like force that down, and you can open her head up, the top of her head. Come on. That needs to be up like that. If you don't force that piece down, her face will, or the top of her head will be scraping underneath of the car. My mistake, I actually skipped a step. The wheels, there's a mechanism right there, there's a slider. You need to slide that and you can bring them forward. Luckily they put them in an easy place for things like this. You can put that back. Okay, now the wheels are definitely clearing the top of our forehead, which is sitting like that weirdly. Her lower body. How you know you have it right? This console right there is showing. Let's rotate this around the steering wheel, and now the steering wheel is up, and this is in basically the position you need it to be in. Go ahead and elongate this and rotate these out. That becomes like part of the interior of the car. The most difficult part of this transformation is unfolding all of this. The whole side of the car is inside of there. Open that up, and now what you need to do is kind of slide this bar down a little bit. After you slide that bar back, what I don't like is we have to hinge this over that, so it's like kind of like you're stressing the plastic a little bit, because this needs to unfold over that. While you're pulling it, you can get the bar back even further, but basically we need to get that around that. I do not at all like that. We can straighten this up after we get this out of the way. Straighten this up to there, and then rotate this out here while stretching this out to that, and get that out all the way out like that. Now rotate this because it needs to be in this orientation right here. Now this part right here, which was covering the top, we could fold that up inside. It got loose on me all of a sudden, but that was tighter before. Now we can try to rotate this over here while pushing this into there. And go ahead and bring this up into position here, and tab all that together. Rotate this gray piece down. Yeah, tab all that together and bring that out like that. I don't know why this is like that. That's super annoying. I'm going to attempt to get that smoother over here. So what you want to do is detach this right here. Start bringing this bar forward while you're rotating this around and moving the bar back further. Keep bringing that around. I said smoother attempt anyway. We may as well get that out of the way. Get this out right here. It's like you have to unfold this stuff while moving other things out of the way. Get all of that straight. So now this is that side of the car. Force this onto there, under there. Bring this down. If this didn't transform itself, bring that down and tab that together. So now we have this side of the car. And what we can do is the bar needs to be in basically this position right here. Start lining that up. Start lining it up. Basically, this needs to groove under here. This needs to basically, once you groove this under here, you can easily push this under there, and we can snap this into place right there. Same thing over here. Get this bar into this orientation, wedge that under there, which lets this go under there easier, and we can push this together. Okay. This pink thing should be straight down. But now before we start slamming everything together, we need to start working on the legs. The legs need to be rotated like this and like this. They need to be shut as close together as possible. We need to pull down on this, pull down on that, pull down on this part of her legs, and the feet need to be turned inward with the toes basically like this. And now we can go ahead and start rotating this joint in the middle of our body up and put this into here and put that into there. We can rotate this knee that way. Oh, you know what? I twisted the feet the wrong way. The feet should be twisted this way. And rotate this that way. Now we could put this foot into there. This peg goes into the hole on the back of our foot, or where the screw hole is. That goes into there, and the foot wedges up under there. Same stuff over here. Wedge the foot under there. Before we clean up everything, this needs to come open and that needs to come open. And trust me, it's in the instructions in this order. Probably shouldn't be in that order. I would open that panel up before doing anything else. Well, now we can start. Make sure that that's in there. Start closing this together in the front and in the rear. Make sure these are pushed up into there, because they might come loose. We can push the head back to this, which kind of fits behind the little toes right there. And let's get this up under there a little bit more. And she should be good to go. Hey everybody, I hope me putting the transformations at the end of the videos now isn't too distracting or isn't too much of a drastic change. I planned on putting the reverse transformation from vehicle mode back to robot mode in this video, but it's now past 12:30 in the morning and I want this video to be up in the morning. So I'm gonna make that its own separate TMan's how-to, and you can watch that there if you need help in both directions, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to need help. Anyway, I gave my opinions on the figure already. I like it. Anywho, until next time, TMan978 out of here. Thank you for watching. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should